I wasn't intending on calling him, but I did make a call into him, and I just wanted to let you know I was debating on whether to put it down or not. When I got hold of him, he was he really talked to me. He was kind of like he was a pretty lonely man, actually. I did get to talk to the stepmother as well, but just for a moment. Mr. Wells Sr. said, he just wanted to know was anything wrong, and I told him no, check on him and see how he was doing and stuff like that. And, I was pretty sure he was glad to see his son when his son came out, and he said yes. And, we just had a little conversation, a normal conversation. I was a little bit nervous, to be honest. He told me, I think he said he was a veteran, but he said that he had been sick, and I asked him how he was doing and stuff like that. I told him I knew he had been sick. I think I brought it up first, and he said, yeah. He said he probably wouldn't last the rest of the year. Told him he looked pretty good in his pictures and all that. And I told him, please don't talk like that. I said, you need to stay well for your little granddaughter. We're trying to get your little granddaughter home. I said, of course, it won't be me or, the people on YouTube or any special person like that. I said, but, there are people out there working to try to get her home and see if people hear anything or see anything and stuff like that. And, Mr. Wells said, it was interesting. I don't know if Don had told him or not, but, we've heard Don say this on lives and stuff before that, Mr. Wells had thought that nobody, was out there looking for her. And I said, that's just not true. I said, sir, everybody is doing everything they can to look for her. And I said, we really want her home. And, I kind of got a little bit personal and told him a little bit about my personal life and where I was from and, where I grew up and where I landed through the years and where I'm at now. Maybe that might not have been such a good idea, but I know that Mary said that he had Alzheimer, so he may remember it, he may not. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't really have anything to hide or fear. I'd rather enjoy the conversation. And I just told him that I was kind of worried after last night. I didn't tell him what his son did or anything like that, but I just told him I wish his son would stay off of YouTube and, just kind of little things like that. And, he just told me he was a really nice guy. He told me call him back sometime. He appreciated me calling him. And, I told him, I said, you got to stay alive for your little granddaughter for summer. And I said, she's a precious little girl. I told him why I got all involved in everything. And, he said she really is. And, he told me that Don really loved her and everything. And I did bring up Candace's name, and he didn't have too much to say about Candace. In fact, I don't think he said anything at all about Candace. He just kind of listened. So I don't know what his opinions were on her. I think that's the first time they met. But I don't know what Don's told him. I don't know what anybody's told or whatever. But I just thought it was about a nice little 10 or 15 minute conversation. And then his wife got on the phone, and after he told me to call back anytime, which I won't be bothering him or anything like that. And I just told her the same thing that I told him. And I told her we were looking for summer, and they are people looking for summer. I told him the story of how I went to the park the other day, and I ran into somebody that I didn't even know. And how that when I got finished telling them what I thought that they thought that summer was alive by my story. And I just told him that made me really feel good. And, I told him that I thought summer was still alive. And he said, he really sure hopes so. And he really wants to live to get to meet her. And again, it was just a good conversation. But that's about all. I mean, y'all might not think that's important, but none of this is his fault. It's really not his fault. So I just want to put that out there. I'll come back on a little bit later, and let you know some more things later. And I guess I'll see y'all. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank Zeke for sending us so many people over here last night. I had so many subs, and I really appreciate y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I mean, you don't know how good that made me feel. I really, really, really appreciate it. And, just hit like, and, if you want to come back, you are welcome. Everybody's opinion matters. And, just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I'll be back on here a little bit later. I see Skeezy was up to his stuff again today. And, yeah, that was something else too. He was really getting on to Ziggy. So I hope she got over there and took notice of that. I noticed he went private. He said something to my name about I'll get Smiley later, and little did he know I was watching. And when he said that, I popped on there and I said, I'm here, did you ring? I guess he didn't know what to think. And I put flags up and everything. Of course, there wasn't 25, 30 people in there. And I kept saying, you ring, here I am, do you want me? Did you ring? He never once said anything to me, to the fact I think finally a mod or somebody might have blocked me. And then when it was over with, I went back and looked, and it was where I could comment, and I put on there, well, you ring, I guess you didn't want to reach him out, whatever I put on there. But anyway, he went to private. I'm not one to play with. I don't care, blood money, beanie keys or not. I told him he needs to pick on somebody besides Ziggy. We don't care about nothing she's done in her past. I don't know what he's doing, but anyway. And then that's when I got to talk to Don's dad, and it really made me feel good, because I'm a good person, and I love people, and I love elderly people. I don't like having to hurt people, and I don't like hurting people, and I have a good heart. And the stuff he's doing is just ridiculous to everybody. So anyway, I just want to say thank you, and I'll be back on here shortly. I'll have some stuff up my sleeve, but I don't know. We'll see how it works. And I'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Maybe I'll see y'all over at Ziki's in a bit. Who knows? Y'all have a great day. Bye. Well, so how it come about, me calling Mr. Wells was actually an accident, okay? And the reason that I say it was an accident was because I was trying to call Don Wells, which I know everybody and their brother has Don Wells' phone number, not me, okay? I don't have Don Wells' phone number.
So you don't have a secret source that can give you Don's number, but you have a secret source that can give you my number.
Okay. I thought you wanted to know about Mr. Wells.
I do.
Okay. So can we get through this first?
I hope so.
Okay. So what I did was I looked it up on the internet and I got Don Wells' phone number on the internet. So I thought, are you with me?
I'm listening to you, man.
Okay, I'm sorry. Right. And so when I called the mobile number that I thought was Don Wells, a man answered and I said, "Is this Don?" And he said, "Yes." Well, to me, it didn't sound like Don. So I said, I said, "Don Wells." And he said, "Yes."
Can I interrupt you just for 1 second?
Sure.
I just want you to listen to something really quick, okay?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on, Smiley. I appreciate your patience here. Whose voice is that, Smiley?
No, that's what I said. That's Don Wells.
That's Don.
Yes.
And so you knew what Don's voice sounded like before you called his dad.
Exactly.
Okay, carry on.
That's why I asked him. I said, that's why I said the last name, Don Wells. Because people can sound different on phone. So I said, Don Wells. And he said, yes. And I said, oh. I said, well, you must be senior. And he said, yes. He said, I have a son in Kingsport, Tennessee. And I said, oh, okay. So I said, you're senior. So at that point, I wasn't going to hang up on him or whatever.
Why not?
I said, I just
because
said,
it's not the person you called looking for, so, right?
But I said, okay. I wasn't just going to slam the phone up, is what I meant.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay. He said, is something wrong? I'm watching the TV and I'm watching the phone. I'm sorry. I said, is something wrong?
Let's stay on task here. We can get through this, okay? I promise.
He said, is something wrong? And I said, no, sir, nothing's wrong. I said, everything's fine. And so then he just started a conversation and started talking. And, he said he was worried about Don. He said, I said, no,
Did he
sir.
tell you to put it on YouTube and tell people that he was worried about Don? Did he ask you to do that?
No, I did not record him.
Did you call a suicide hotline for Don?
Why would I call a suicide hotline for Don?
Because that's what we do when we're worried about people that are going to do suicide. We don't go to the YouTube and explore it, right? We go straight to a suicide hotline, right?
I'm not worried Don's going to commit suicide.
But someone else that loved him is worried. Who are?
Then maybe they should call the suicide hotline.
Well, he's senile. How's he supposed to call?
Well, I guess his wife should call. I mean, I don't know. That's what he's saying in his mind.
Does he have a wife?
Yeah, she got on the phone too.
Okay. Yeah. So continue on, man. I do want to cover the fact that you email back and forth with Mary and Jeannie, right?
No, I talked to Mary.
Mary, okay. So let's just take an appraisal real quick. You talked to Mary, who has not been helpful in this case at all, not even keeping her niece's picture out there without having her picture compete with it. You called Don's dad and had a conversation about it, and then went to the YouTube with the information. What is your helpful? How are you concerned in this helpfully? It's an honest question. What
about
did you
Summer?
do? Yes, you're talking to two people that you have communications with two people that don't have anything to do with this case, and one that has nothing to do with it but negativity.
No, Mary emailed me. I only emailed Mary because Mary asked me how did I get her dad's.
Did you tell her you had a secret contact, or did you tell her the truth?
No, I told her the truth.
Why won't you tell me the truth?
Your number's out there too.
Why didn't you just say that in the beginning? You said you had a secret connection and you won't tell me. That's what you said. Okay, moving on. Go ahead.
Okay, so
I'm not pinning you down about nothing. I want to see the reactions, and I'm not going bad on you. Let me tell you what, Smiley Storey. I love you as a sister in Christ. So go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, okay. So the question is why do I feel about Summer from day one, even before I became a YouTuber?
Did I ask that question to you, madam? I may have. Did I ask you that question?
Okay, you asked me why I was in it for Summer. Okay, so
no, what I asked you was a self-appraisal. How are you being helpful? That's what I asked you. How are you being helpful?
Because I'm researching day and night, and I am trying to find clues about Summer. I am on here worried to death about Summer.
Hey, you hear that voice? Who is that?
That's Don.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to check again. Okay.
Yeah.
You knew what that voice sounded like before you called Don Senior, right? Let me ask you, Smiley. When somebody calls the wrong number and they call your house, do you go on and on and on with them, or do you just hang up?
It depends on what they're saying. I'm not just hanging up in their face like you did me this morning.
You called and woke me up, madam. Look at you. Well, guess what? I'll call you tonight about 4 a.m. Would you be so happy too?
I may not be happy, but I would be.
I wasn't happy either. Because I actually do stay up way late in the night researching stuff, trying to be helpful. So for someone to call me way early in the morning like you did, man, that's not even fair. Now you're chastising me on my channel. You're doing this.
I'm not. I'm not chastising you on your channel.
I don't want to get caught up in this part because I do respect you. Let me ask you about Doug.
Okay.
Tell me about Doug.
Okay. So I was saying that I was getting bashed a lot for calling Don Wells, and that's fine. And I was saying, like, in our texts and stuff, I said even Doug had come over and took my video without me or without asking me or anything like that.
Like he stole it, like he recorded it from your channel and then put it on his channel?
No, I don't know how it works, but I guess he shared the video, I guess, to his channel or to his community page.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, if it's public, they don't have to ask you to share it. If he shares it, it's good for you.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, that's fine. But
I mean, that's a big difference between helping you and stealing from you. I just wanted to constitute that really quick.
Okay, well, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
But he shared my video on his community page. So I was just telling you through our conversation that I was getting a lot of bashing for it and back and forth. So, but I can take the heat. That's fine. I try to chat back with everybody in my chat.
Why are you creating heat, Smiley? Instead of putting it out, why are you creating fires instead of putting them out?
I wasn't trying to create the heat.
Do you see how the best laid road to hell is laid with the best of intentions, right?
Yeah, I mean, things like that can happen, sure.
They don't just happen by accident. You don't just accidentally call the wrong person and then accidentally upload a video about the contents of that call. There was nothing helpful about that. See, what I'm trying to get you to understand, Smiley, is that some of these things you're doing are counterproductive. Like what is an 80-year-old man with senility? What does he have to do with YouTube? That's an exploitation, Smiley. You exploited Don's dad for clicks and views.
No, I didn't. No,
you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, we can agree to disagree, but you did.
We'll have to disagree on that.
That's okay.
Agree to disagree.
We also disagree that you calling me wasn't rude, and that me hanging up on you was the ruder of the actions, right?
Well, that's in your opinion.
No, that's common courtesy, madam. See, I think it's part of your vernacular, Smiley. Because first you told me that Don stole some stuff from you. Now you're saying he shared and helped you.
I don't see where it helped me, but
it brought all the views to your channel, love. It's what you're here for. It's why you put the information out about Don being suicidal. You did those things both for the same reason, did you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I put it out because I thought people would like to know what Don's dad said. That was my, I kind of struggled with it. If you'll
Not long enough. You didn't struggle with it long enough. You should have struggled with it a few more minutes, and then maybe you wouldn't have uploaded that content. It'd been in this place that you are Thursday morning, love.
I'm in this place because you decided to.
Oh, it's my fault?
No.
It's my fault that Don Wells hates your guts. It's my fault.
No.
That's weird. That's rich.
No. See, you're misconstruing everything.
No, I'm a linguistic giant.
And that's what I told you before I come on here. That's what I told you before I come on here. And you know it.
You told me what? That I'm a linguistic giant?
No, that you were wanting a shit show.
This is not a shit show. This is me asking you questions and you not liking my responses. That's all.
I don't care about your responses, Benny.
It's my responses that have you in the state you are now. So you've got to pick Miss Smiley, pick away, please. Pick away this morning.
What do
tell me, go ahead.
What do you want me to pick? You said you want, when we were emailing.
We never emailed, not one time.
Not text, whatever.
Get it together, love. Get it together, please.
I'm sorry that you don't like the way that I speak.
No, I like the way that you're not. I don't like the way that you're not articulate in a case that it requires complete articulateness. Do you agree? There's no room to be, oops, that was an accident. This is somebody's life.
In this case, for bullies, and that's what you are, is a bully.
Smiley, you're rich. I wish you a lot of luck. I'm going to put you off my live now, and I'm going to read all the text between us. I don't need your permission.
That's fine.
It's fair use.
Make sure when you do that, Benny.
I'm not going to make sure shit. I'm going to read it exactly how they laid out. I'm not going to put any extra inference in for you in your shitty story, Smiley Storey.
Make sure that when you do that, how you call.
Don't tell me what to do on my channel, madam. You don't even run your fucking channel good. And you're over here telling me how to do my shit? But you called Don Sr. back to tell him how to fix his shit.
And I'm glad to see you change clothes today. And don't stand in the floor. I don't stand in the floor. And don't tell me to align with your team. Like
hey, what I should tell you to do is never video from down here. Video from up here.
Whatever.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Dumbass.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna take this video for y'all, and I'm gonna tape it one time, and I'm gonna say this one last time only. Okay, I made this call to Donald Wells Sr. by accident. Okay, you can sit there and say, did you not know his voice and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. It does not matter to me what you say. This is what I come on here to tell y'all. I was trying to get a hold of Donald Wells Jr., which is what everybody else in the world has done. I'm the only one that did not have his phone number. Okay, so I got Donald Wells' mobile number by mistake. I paid for it, but I got the wrong Donald Wells. None of that matters. None of it. When Donald Wells Sr. answered the phone, I was not sure because he was talking so low. I said, is this Don? He said yes. I said, Wells, and he said yes. So I was kind of confused. I said, okay. And he said, but I have a son. No, I said senior. I said, this must be senior. And he said, yes, but I have a son, Donald Wells Jr. in Kingsport, Tennessee. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I have the wrong number. Somebody asked me, did I tell him who I was? No, I didn't tell him who I was. I didn't go into the freaking case and all the bull crap. I didn't interview him. I didn't ask him no questions. None of the stupid bullshit. I was very nice. I was very polite. I was very considerate because I'm very aware of his condition. And I said, okay, thank you. I think I have the wrong number. I'm sorry I bothered you. He started talking, so no, I didn't just hang up bluntly in his face. We started talking about the motorcycle and how he was worried about his son because he said, not me, he said he thought his son was going to commit suicide. Not me. I got him off of that subject. Okay? He asked me where I was from. I told him. He said he had lived there before too. I said, oh, really? And it was just a nice conversation. Whatever. It's really, frankly, none of y'all's business. I didn't even have to tell y'all that to begin with. But I got to thinking after the lovely conversation with the lovely man that and I did talk to his wife afterwards and explain to her, I'm so sorry, because she got on the phone and it was just a mix-up. It was an honest mistake. Fuck y'all and fuck all y'all that don't like it. I didn't have an ill intention or a mean bone in my body. If you don't like it, fuck the fuck off. Now, as far as skeezy and Benny Keys and all that bullshit, he asked for it. He wanted me on his chat this morning. I told him through text I did not want to come on his live stream. Over and over again. I got the receipts to back it up. I told him he could play my video. More power to him. He kept misconstruing my words. He wanted in text to me to come on his side and be on their side. I don't know who they are. He said Doug stole my tape when I told him Doug shared it or whatever. I'm not used to all this YouTube stuff, even though I've been on Summer case since day one. Okay? Anyway, when he got me on his show, because I don't have to go into all that, I can put the receipts together. I don't feel like I need to explain a damn thing to nobody. But he kept wanting me, kind of like Terry said on Ziggy's show last night or the night before, that Benny wanted me to go on their side. He'll protect me and get all these haters off of me. I told Benny in my text, I can handle my haters. I talk to people in my chats. I reply back to people. I don't hide nothing. I don't delete my hate and my whatever. I talk to people. You know, and it went on and on and on, and he sent me the link, and I told him I've never been on a live. I could have plenty of times, but I haven't. I'm not looking for all that. I'm not looking to be on lives. Anyway, it got down to it, and I told him, okay, I'll be on there since you're going to misconstrue if you want me on there. He said he'll block me. I said, do you want me to come on there? Okay, I'll come on there. Let me go on there. But forget that asshole. Nobody gives a fuck about him. He's a wimp. He got me on there, and he got what he wanted. I told him it was a trick, and it was going to be a shit show. Basically, he got me on there because he's like, I thought you could handle the heat. No, tell me that. Yeah, I'm going to go on there. So I went on there. Fucking lighter out here. But I'm coming on here because then, what I want to tell you is, then, I still been getting hate. That's fine because I don't care. I'm doing this for summer. And again, summer only. I don't care if y'all like that phone call, which again was an accident. I don't care. But then, he wanted to twist up about Doug. So I went back and I looked at Doug's thing, and I don't understand Doug. No thanks. Because I took up for Doug, whether Doug knows it or not. I've supported Doug this whole time. I probably hadn't been noticed through Doug, and that's fine. I don't need to be noticed. But I always watch Doug. I watch everybody. Like I always said, you're not too good or too smart to learn things. I like all creators, even when this money thing, the reward thing went on. I don't understand why everybody's fighting, because it is supposed to be about summer. But Doug, I'm very disappointed in you. I was disappointed in you when you shared my video yesterday. But that's okay. You know, but the more hate I get, hey, the more my shit goes up. That's fine. But then, I was taking a nap, and my husband woke me up and said, hey, Doug's going to have you on his channel tonight. So then I go and I look, and you got Benny where I was on Benny's today, and then you're talking trash about me on there. And I'm like, what is going on with Doug? And you're talking about you're going to tear me apart and this, that, and the other. So I'll write you a little note on there and ask you why. What did I ever do to you, Doug? I didn't ever do a damn thing to you. Nothing. Because I try not to do nothing to people. But I was talking to my son a while ago. And, I just couldn't put it together. And I'm like, I was listening to Tiffany Marie earlier, and I had people in her chat. I just said, I'm just going to watch, because I'm frankly, I'm beginning to wonder, if I'm not welcome in nobody's chat just to watch or anything, that's fine too. I'll just stay in my own lane and do my own channel. Nobody is going to run me off. I'm going to keep my channel. Y'all want to strike me down? That's fine. There was stuff before YouTube. But I'm going to keep my channel for summer. That's what I got it for. Long before this phone call, got y'all's panties in a wad. And I'll continue to do me. And I'll continue to be about summer. And do what I want. And y'all won't tell me who to call and when to call and what to do. I didn't abuse nobody. I didn't do anything wrong. But this is the funny thing, and what I come on here to tell y'all. Doug said tonight, I'm going to pick this woman apart. And I'm going to this and I'm going to that. And she should be... And I got people coming at me, and Doug saying she should be for elderly abuse and this, that, and the other, and all this bullshit. Are y'all fucking out of your mind? Every one of y'all has done way worse than I ever even thought about doing in my whole freaking life. You know what you're doing now, and this is my last word to all y'all and on this subject, but what you're doing now is, see, Doug's got like 30 subscribers. Tiffany Marie, and I don't know if she said anything or not, because I fell asleep, but I know her chat viewers was saying stuff. I think she had like 50, I don't know, I may be wrong, Tiffany, I'm sorry if I am, I don't know. I was just trying to add this up. So 30,000 people is going to be watching Doug tonight. Tiffany Marie's about 15 or 20,000. Benny Keys, he's back up to 1,000. Nobody is talking about summer. It's all about Doug. It's all about Benny. It's all about Ziggy. Now it's all about me, and y'all are going to tear me apart. And it's all about the fundraising. But guess what? It's not about. It's about summer. And tonight, y'all are going to tear me apart. But y'all call yourself trying to find summer and trying to find clues about summer. Well, guess what? With that many people's eyes on me, maybe y'all might make me national or YouTube famous. Or y'all say I'm chasing clout. I'm not chasing a goddamn thing. But guess what? I just might be on Headline News or Good Morning America or Brian Etten or who the fuck ever. But guess who's not? Summer. So y'all get it the fuck together and choose. Who are y'all after? Me, or are you after Summer? Are you trying to find Summer, or are you trying to dox me? Get your bullshit facts straight and get your shit together. Now I'm gonna go watch Doug. Fuck off. Listen to me. Listen, here's the difference.
Let me say this loud and clear. I risk getting my channel took down as small as my channel is. I'm not monetized. I don't care. I'm here for summer. I don't care. They could have took my channel. They still can take my channel. Here's one thing, one difference. It's still up. Okay? Somebody's saying, I'm going to be, well, you know what? He's the number one suspect. Him and Candace, they know this. It's not a joke to them. They know that. Okay? They have not been cleared. One thing I didn't do, I didn't privatize it. I didn't go back and delete anything. I didn't beep anything out. I had creators offer me, and creators used it. I told them, use it, monetize on it, do what they want to do, and they're still welcome to use it if they want to, and they can beep out the N word or whatever they want to do, and they're still welcome to monetize on it. They can do whatever they want to do with it. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. But they offered to do that, and I said, no, I don't want nobody messing with my original. I don't hide it. I don't privatize it. I don't take it down. None of that. If YouTube takes me down, then YouTube takes me down. But one day, if that means something to the law, there it is. I'm not hiding shit because they're watching and they can hide. But you know what people's doing? And I'm not just saying who I'm talking to. I'm saying every time you turn around and Candace and Dawn says something, what happens? Their stuff goes up and down, up and down. Stuff is edited. Take it in. Take it. Y'all don't think the police is watching that? You don't think the police is watching that? Let me tell you something. They're watching. But it's you. You're grown. I tell my kids, you're grown. Leave mom alone. Leave mom alone. Do what you do. Shit. You said you know it all. Leave me alone. I know you ain't bother me. So I'm just saying. Right? But, I just had to come on here because I couldn't believe my eyes and my ears. I just really couldn't. Yeah, they haven't been anywhere tonight. Hell, they might be in jail. Have you ever thought about they could go to jail in another state? Boy, wouldn't that be something? I'm just saying. You ever thought about you might get pulled over easier or, I don't know. I'd probably stay up there in the woods in my own house. Oh, don't you worry, Jennifer. I am always Smiley. I am always Smiley. These fakers, ass jawbreakers, wannabes, they ain't who they are. Smiley's always who she is. I can tell you that. Smiley don't change for a dime, honey. Nala, hello. But Smiley sees you. Smiley sees you clearly, honey. But Smiley sees you. Smiley sees you clearly, honey. But Smiley sees you.